Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. and I wanted to show everybody my collection. I'm an avid collector of diecast, so let's talk about it. Right here in front of me, I have a custom diecast. They used one of the production diecasts that Lionel made years ago. This was made from the green Sundrop car that was probably produced, I don't know, must have been 20 years ago. And so I had a friend of mine actually make this custom, and this is to resemble a car I raced in 1996 at Florence Motor Speedway. We won the feature that night. It was twin 50s, and we ended up winning one of the 50-lap features. And I have a lot of photos of this car in that race and a lot of pictures in Victory Lane in my personal photo album. And I just was really amazed at how detailed with the tire marks and all of the great graphics and logos and so forth that my friend was able to recreate here. One of the great things about Lionel Diecast is that there are people that can make customs, whether it's just a couple subtle changes to the car or an entire remake such as this. And so I love the flexibility that the diecast provide. If the car isn't in production, there's a ton of people out there that are willing to make customs. And so yeah, you can kind of expound or branch out on your collection, your personal collection, by doing that. And I know a lot of people that do. So this is one of my favorites. I've gotten this probably about 2 years ago to add to my collection, and very glad to have it. All right, the next car I want to show you is one of my favorite designs that I raced. I do need to preface by saying the Gray Ghost Throwback was one of my favorites, but I never believed that I would want to or get to drive an all gold car. And that's what we did at Texas one year with Amp Energy and National Guard. We raced an all gold metal flake car. We were promoting the Amp Energy gold flavor, and it was a little bit of a deal we had, I guess, with 7-Eleven. I loved this car, and we always ran pretty good at Texas. I don't even remember how we raced that day, but to only have gotten to drive this thing once, man, it was so much fun to climb into all weekend long. And yeah, I wouldn't want to do it every week, but it was a fun one-off paint scheme that's right in my probably top 3 all-time paint schemes that I ever drove. All right, on the table in front of me is some cars that some of you might recognize. And again, I've talked about the opportunity that diecast present to do customs, non-licensed cars. And I had a friend and saw a few people that had posted these on eBay and different places, but these are custom made cars from movies about NASCAR. And obviously, I think some of you might recognize the cars from Six Pack, where Kenny Rogers played a race car driver. And as a kid, back in 1983, whenever that movie came out, that was incredible to have Kenny Rogers, and I mean, Diane Lane was really young, obviously not the superstar that she would become, but just a great movie. And we were excited, I think, as a sport to have, NASCAR on such a great platform. And then you have Stroker Race, Burt Reynolds, a couple of cars, Aubrey James, number 10, and Burt Reynolds, Stroker Race. Just a great movie, a comedy, intentionally funny. Dad had a small clip in Stroker Race, so that was pretty cool. I don't think we knew, truly. I mean, these both kind of came out around the same time frame, and I don't think we really knew or appreciated how cool that was until years down the road. Then you have Days of Thunder and all kinds of other great movies. I've got some Days of Thunder cars in my collection, but these are pretty neat to me because I think it takes a little bit of effort and work to be able to recreate the detail of these cars, only going off of the movies themselves and some old footage and so forth. And I don't know, they mean a lot to me because of how impressionable I think I was as a child, and for these movies to come out and our sport to be on the big screen. It's a big deal for us. So yeah, I love these 4 cars right here. This is the first case I wanted to show you. This is basically Dale Earnhardt Sr. This is a car he ran in the IROC series. I actually have, I think, the door or the bumper cover and the door to that car. And this is a car, produced and then a custom of a car Dad tested for Rick Hendrick in 1983, before Rick would take himself cup racing. And yeah, just a lot of different ones. Dad's first sportsman race, driving for Neil Castle's right here in this 06 car. He ran at Charlotte. This is a remake of a car that Dad raced at Metrolina, a dirt car that he raced at Metrolina. And some newer early 80s to mid 80s Busch cars that I've collected, and custom cars that I've collected from Dad's career. Here's a couple oddball late model ASA dirt car, some custom. This is a produced piece right here. And then this was a car that someone made custom of this car. So Dad ran this car, and then the next year they came back and decaled it properly. This is an old dirt car that Dad ran for a friend of his. This is a model, probably one of my favorite models that I have, that someone made for me. A friend made this. This car was owned by my granddaddy, Robert G. This car was actually delivered to me on the Dale Jr. download. And it sat on the table for a while. Robert G, my granddad on my mom's side, owned this car. My dad drove it. Darrell Waltrip drove it. All kinds of great race car drivers drove this car at dirt tracks and asphalt tracks in the 70s. We're gonna look at this column right here. This is a me column. It's got all my stuff in it. And there's no rhyme or reason to a lot of this. There's some custom cars that I've had made, some models that people have made for me. And I've put in here to be taken care of, and then there's a big column of the late model stock tool that Lionel created over the last couple of years for all of us big fans of the late model stock cars. It's a great tool, I guess, for the late model and the super late model. If you want to do customs, it works out really well for that. So I was very proud for Lionel to create that tool, and they're making a ton of great cars with it. And so yeah, just a bunch of random Dale Jr. stuff, and pretty fun. And this whole column right here, these are all autographed by the drivers. Some of these you'll see that I actually stole out of the Dirty Mo Media studio. And we have Bloomquist here. There we have a Martin Truex Jr. diecast that he signed for me. David Pearson and Ned Jarrett, Buddy Baker, Bobby Allison. Just pretty cool to have some autographs on some of those. And then this is a little bit of everything. A couple of Junior Motorsports cars. This is a produced piece and a model that somebody made, and a couple of oddballs. Noah Gragson brought this by and gave this to us. I think that was a prototype. So yeah, we're having fun always collecting, and I'm hoping you enjoyed a little glimpse into my own personal collection. And yeah, I hope you guys keep sending yours in as well as we do the Ultimate Collector Series next year. Or an entire redo or makeover such as this.